Good morning. And welcome to the garden.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Sitting in the morning sun, I'll be sitting when the evening comes, watching the ships roll in, then I watch them roll away again. Yeah, I'm sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. I left my home in Georgia, headed for the Frisco Bay, 'cause I've had nothing to live for. Look like nothing gonna come my way, so I'm just gonna sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Looks like nothing's gonna change. Everything still remains the same. I can't do what 10 people tell me to, so I guess I'll remain the same. Sitting here resting my bones, this loneliness won't leave me alone. 2,000 miles of roam just to make this dock my home. Now I'm just gonna sit at the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Looks like nothing's gonna change. Everything still remains the same. I can't do what 10 people tell me to, so I guess I'll remain the same. Sitting here resting my bones, and this loneliness won't leave me alone. 2,000 miles of roam just to make this dock my home. Now I'm just gonna sitting at the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time.
Even whistle after drinking coffee?
Not easily.
I think it's pretty amazing. Is there anything this man cannot do? I know. For those of you who don't know, he's also remodeled his house and, and then he cooks and knits. Does he, Patty, cook and knit? Every day. Now, Michael's the kind of guy who, if you say to him, you can't knit, he would go learn how to knit to show you that he could do it. Because you're amazing. That's all I got to say about that. Another shout out to our friends online. Okay, so we have people in Montana, people in Colorado, and people in Delaware who are part of this community. Is that phenomenal? And our amazing Matt Veer has given them a way of signing in now. So if you go to thegardenonline.org and there's your bulletin, everybody, there's your bulletin if you forgot it coming in, and you can sign in virtually right there as of this week, because that's what kind of talent we have here at the Garden. Isn't that amazing? So today, we have a lot of kids, and Miss Leanne is on vacation, but do not fear. Do not fear. We have found Miss Deb to help, and she agreed to help if I didn't make her come up here. So I am not making Miss Deb come up here, but if you look, she looks like one of the kids standing in the back. Go ahead and raise your hand. There's Miss Deb. All right. Which, since Miss Deb was a preschool teacher for many, many years, which means we have an empty table over here, because she's engaged most of her family, except those two who will knit. No, I'm joking. So little kids, go with my friend Miss Deb right now. That's you. Yeah. Oh, okay, bigger little kids, junior kids, kids who are tall, kids who are young. There you go, Dave. Miss Deb has all kinds of fun planned today. And there goes half the congregation. Is that not a great problem to have? Okay, lots going on at the Garden, lots going on. A couple of things I'd like to highlight is we have some outreach happening. It's like we do outreach very gently all year long, and then at the end of the year when we start turning in all the projects we've done, we keep thinking, well, we'll add one more. So what does that mean? You have a lot of outreach in the last 2 months here. So we're collecting for Joy's House, snacks, whatever else it says in there. And then Soup's On, November 5th is our next Soup's On day. And we can always use people, especially for those of you who went before the pandemic to Soup's On. They are returning to their old way of being, which means we need lots more volunteers. And so sign up with Miss Helen back there. She's just a little taller than Miss Deb, and she'll get you all taken care of. Okay, so it's an exciting day. I'm going to invite Dr. Mike Likens up right now, because today he's talking to us about the triple-demic. No pressure, no pressure. So Dr. Mike and I had dinner. Here, go ahead, you can take that. Had dinner not too long ago, and at that dinner he shared with me that he knew a little bit. He'd been doing some studying about COVID and then RSV, and then, well, actually I just, asked about all of it, because you were a doctor and you were sitting at the table, and I said, hey, what's this? What would you do about it? No, I didn't do that to him, but so tell me what we're going to talk about today.
Well, as I was having dinner with Carolyn, she said, I think maybe the congregation would be interested in this. And I said, I'm not sure, because everybody's pretty sick of hearing about COVID. So I said, the only way I would do this is if we talked about all three of the respiratory viruses. So I've prepared some information. If you can join me for conversation afterwards, a little bit about influenza and RSV, which we've heard a lot about. Because of the new vaccines. And then I tried to condense COVID down, but COVID is so large and complex and stuff. But I prepared a little handout that we can look at, and hopefully I can answer questions that people have. My interest in COVID is I'm a pulmonologist. I'm retired now, but I'm interested in respiratory systems, obviously. I've had COVID myself 3 times now, the last being hospitalized and having to receive IV therapy, oxygen, etc. And now I've been so fortunate that I have long COVID. So I have a very personal interest in this, as well as having an interest professionally. So if you can join us, that'd be great, and I hope to answer any questions that people have.
Thank you. In your tear-off sheet is an opportunity for you to ask Dr. Mike some questions. So on the tear-off it says, I have a question for Dr. Mike. Go ahead and fill that out, and then you're like, wait a minute, how do I do what I have to do? We have lots of bulletins. Or maybe not, because there are a lot of people here, which is a great problem to have. Or just raise your hand. So for example, like my question, I'll just get out of the way. So Dr. Mike, I don't like shots, so I don't need to get them, right? Okay, all right. Probably don't ask him that one, but that's beside the point. All right. So I had a joke written here about people hanging out in the hall because of the all-church meeting. And you literally are hanging out in the hall. I have no idea. It's the church meeting, right? Say yes. Okay, so we're going to roll through this service pretty quickly, and then we're going to have our all-church meeting, where what we do is we kind of review what's happened in the past year, and we move forth in what's coming in the year to come. Today we also start our Walk on Water Stewardship Campaign for 2024. All the music is related to water, from waiting to walking to reflecting. I have to tell you, the sermon did change this week because I'm a little overwhelmed, and I would only imagine that you guys are too, by what we see happening in the world. So I am hoping that you will join me in finding a way to not just look at those images, but seek to be ambassadors of peace as we see the different images coming out into the world. So with that in mind, let us still our hearts, our minds, our very being, and prepare to worship and seek the love of God and to share the love and peace in the world. We're glad you're here.
Good morning, gardeners. Please join me in the universal words of welcome. Shalom. Shalom. Salam. Salam. Namaste. Namaste. Peace. Yesterday, I was scrolling through social media, as I tend to do in the mornings over coffee, and I came across an excerpt from a poem by the author and activist Warsan Shire. It really struck me. The poem is titled, "What They Did Yesterday Afternoon," and she writes, "Later that night, I held an atlas in my lap, ran my fingers across the whole world, and whispered, 'Where does it hurt?' It answered, 'Everywhere. Everywhere, everywhere.'" Do you feel it? Yeah. It's easy to feel hopeless with all the conflict and pain in our world today. As I was preparing this prayer, I was looking over the songs for the day, and I saw that Abby is going to be singing "Bridge Over Troubled Water," and I thought, yes, the waters are very troubled. But I also thought about the bridge in all the ways as a garden community we have been a bridge over troubled water to those around us. We've done that through our big and little gives. We've done that through Soups On, so please sign up and be that bridge. And through the Garden's Garden, a plethora of ways that we've been that bridge over troubled water. And I will have to say, that gives me a lot of hope. Let us pray. Dear God, the world is so troubled today. Please let us not lose hope and encourage us to be that bridge over troubled water for those living in pain, in fear, and in sorrow, however we are able to do that. Amen. The ministry of the garden is only made possible through your gifts. Through your generosity, we share in big and little gives, have meaningful services, and have a facility to share in community. If you have the ability to give, we thank you for your generosity. If you can't give, know that your presence in the community and giving heart make the garden grow.
As we share in the harvest basket, I want to also encourage you that if you're staying for the all-church meeting, to sign in, and we'll send the clipboards back at the same time, because we are really committed to get this meeting done in a very quick and orderly way. So just sign in, because we need that record for the Methodist Church to never look at. But that's what we need. So I think Patrice is spot on for us to be part of the bridge over troubled waters.
Right behind, like a bridge over
Doran. Abby needs to stop singing before I have to preach. Because she preaches, doesn't she? She preaches. Oh, my mercy. You're not bad either. We renamed them this morning the Three Blind Mikes. I didn't do it. Michael Reed did it, didn't he? Yeah. You can leave Michael Clark if you want to. You're staying up here, are you? Thank you. So you want to stay up here and me not draw attention to you? Is that what you want? All right. All right. So today I got to tell you, we're going to go away from walking on water. Because right now I don't feel much like walking on water. I have to admit that this is not what we had scheduled. But it's amazing how God works, and it's all going to work out in the end. So I have to admit, I've always had a heart for the people in Palestine. So what's happening, I have friends in Palestine, so what's happening in Palestine and Israel is right here. And it's not only right here, but I think I've shared before that Andrew worked for the BBC at one time. And there are like undercurrent news channels that news guys can look at. And like Al Jazeera has one, BBC has one, I'm sure NBC and all those places have it. And so I made the mistake of watching that under the news that doesn't always make it public. And while I was watching that news, my watch did this thing that my watch does that says, take a moment and breathe. Does your watch do that? Take a moment and breathe. You know your watch does that because your watch recognizes you're not breathing. Isn't that interesting? And it seems to me that it's happening quite a bit more to me these days. And it makes me think that I really am not breathing, and I'm really not breathing deeply, but indeed holding my breath. And I have been holding my breath since last Saturday. As I look at the images coming out of Israel in Palestine, as I read and see the atrocities, I am deeply in shock. In fact, I'm paralyzed after what I have seen. I have to believe that if I am feeling this way, that there are people in this room who are feeling the same way. You are wondering to yourself, what side am I on? Which story is true? What images are real? Well, think about it. Each week, for 8 years now, we have started this service with words of peace. Think about it. We're very intentional about it. And it is hopefully our belief that conflict doesn't win, that indeed shalom, salam, and peace win. And what's so interesting to me about the words that we use are all the words or all the languages of all those involved in this conflict in the Middle East right now. I think that if we as people of faith, we as gardeners, really believe in peace, then we have to figure out how to be ambassadors of peace in atrocities and in challenging times. I know I've preached about it before. Peace is not necessarily an easy thing. Remember, Jesus sends out people into the world and he says to them, leave peace. Even if it's not welcomed, even if people don't want any part of it, he says, go ahead, leave an impossible situation, dust your feet off of that situation, but as you leave, leave peace. Leave peace when others aren't open to it. Leave peace when someone has a strong opinion about your Muslim brothers and sisters, or your Jewish brothers and sisters, or your Christian brothers and sisters. Leave peace. That's what Jesus says. And so we, as gardeners and as a community committed to peace, have to find a way through this conflict, and I think we have to find real ways through this conflict. Not say peace, shalom, namaste, or shalom, salam, you know what we say, peace, every week, and walk out the door. We have to take it with us. So my prayer is today that this exercise I'm going to do with you, don't roll your eyes. I'm not going to make you color or anything like that. This is between you and God. That we just take a moment to center ourselves on what peace means. We're going to start here at home, individually, move to our community, move to our country, and move to the world. And we're going to seek to live the shalom, salam, namaste, and peace that we proclaim each and every week. So settle yourselves. If you're able to, put 2 feet on the floor or whatever is comfortable. Just do what's comfortable. And breathe in gently. No need to go deep. We're going to, but not now. Breathe on me, breath of God. Fill me with life anew, that I may love what thou dost love and do what thou wouldst do. Now breathe in love and peace, and then exhale conflict, challenges. If you've been holding your breath, exhale really big. Breathe in all the way from the tips of your toes to the top of your head. And exhale. Now bring to mind those areas of conflict in your own life. Go ahead and name it. Let it enter your mind. Maybe people you're struggling with, maybe finances, maybe jobs or the lack thereof. Whatever conflict comes to mind, let it come and let it go. Let it come and replace it with peace. Concerns for your family, your health, well-being. Let it come and let it go. When you have space, and you've let those things drift away, feel some warmth. Look for God and God's presence and love with you. A light. Warm up that light so that it becomes the peace that passes our understanding. Breathe on me, breath of God, until my heart is pure, until with thee I will one will to do and to endure. Now I invite you to take note of your breathing. Try to find the ebb and flow of your breath. Just as the ocean touches the shore, so our breath can work in our own lives. God has been breathing on you. God has put deep within you love, peace enough to overcome obstacles. Now as you breathe in, inhale love, and exhale peace. Love, this is the air I breathe. This is the air I breathe. Your holy presence living in me. This is my daily bread. This is my daily bread. Your very word spoken to me, and I'm desperate for you. And I'm lost without you. Now see God breathing peace into Indianapolis, into the surrounding cities, into our state, into our nation. Breathe God's peace into the places where those live who do not have enough. Inhale God's love and exhale or breathe God's peace into the schools and onto our city and state streets. Breathe peace for immigrants. Inhale and exhale love and peace for politicians, for the elderly and our children, for the sick, and for the worried well, and for the well. Holy God, bring the ebb and flow of love and peace into this place, into into Indiana, and in the United States. Now, God, help us to move out into the atlas of this world. As we breathe in love and exhale peace, bring your peace into the world. We too breathe peace into the world, into this often violent world. Help us to surrender images of violence and peace into the world, in this world, into your loving hands. God, cover all those devastated places with your breath of love. Help us to breathe peace into this world. We breathe in love. And we exhale shalom into Israel. We breathe in love and exhale salam into Palestine. We are a world in desperate need of peace. Remind us that you can work in us and through us, not jumping from side to side or standing aground, but living in the ebb and the flow of love and peace. This is the air I breathe. This is the air I breathe. Your holy presence living in us. This is our daily bread. This is our daily bread. Your very peace spoken to us, and we seek to be loved, and we bring your peace, and we bring peace. Leave peace. Shalom, salam, namaste, peace. Amen. Thanks. I needed that. I don't know if you did or not, but you've given me this place to do that. This week, as you find yourself in those places, for me, I remember when 9/11 happened, I just had to start singing Precious Lord, Take My Hand. I just had to start singing that. And so this week, when they started putting things next to 9/11, I thought, I have to sing that. And now I think we have to take this shalom, this salam, this namaste, this peace, because we as Christian community believe it is there for all of us, not some of us. We have a responsibility to share that in this world. And it's difficult sometimes. But with God at your center, you can do it. Larry, we're starting the Walk on Water campaign today. Now for something completely different. Larry has been committed to the stewardship of the Garden Community Church for years. And each fall, as the pastor tries to avoid talking about money, I'm reminded by Larry and everyone else that we have to do it. If you feel like we've been talking about money and not a lot, come on up, singers, I'll take you. We have. And it's because we're taking real steps, wading in the water, trying to figure out how God is going to continue to work through this progressive community, progressive thinking community, and transforming the world. We do that through you. And if you stay for the meeting, you'll hear that your leadership team knows that we are small in number, but God is working in this world, and we got to figure out how we can engage. It's not necessarily this little group of people. We got to keep figuring it out. Come on in, guys. So, today we embark on our stewardship campaign in the midst of the conflict and the challenges and the ickiness and all that's going on in the world. We embark on a campaign that's important because you are important and this community is important. This comes after our wading in the water this summer, and tomorrow there will be a letter dropped in the mail to you inviting you to be part of the pledge campaign for 2024. Why do we want to do this? Because we don't want to come to you next summer and ask you for money. But we will if we have to, but we don't want to. This summer, God worked in this community and even freaked me out in tremendous ways. I know I've talked about it, and I don't think I will ever stop talking about it because it was such a freaking miracle. We asked you to get out of the boat and just wade in the water, and you did it. And in many ways, I was reminded that the garden does this on a regular basis, right down to having like 70 or 80 people in the service and then saying, hey, can you give crackers? And now can you give laundry detergent? And now, hey, can you go downtown? And time again, you say, yep, we can do that. We can do that. Why? Because it's not you, it's God working in you that does it. Each year, we put together a budget this time of year, and we have faith that God will work in and through us to bring goodness, love, grace, and mercy and peace into the world. Year after year, we see a limited budget, but as I said, you never stop giving. And in the end, God will continue to work and provide. I have absolute faith that that is the case. I may become a barista, but if I must, I must. As we move into the fall, we begin our collections for Fletcher Place baskets. You'll read this story in your letter tomorrow, too. Last year, we ended up in a situation where I got to take some baskets downtown, even if I didn't want to. And it's amazing how God works when you resist doing something. You know, we had a plan that didn't come together. And so sure enough, I was able to find a car, and we just shoved all these baskets into cars. And sure enough, I went around to the back of Fletcher Place, which is where these laundry baskets are given to every year. You've been doing this long before I got here. I got into the alley, and then you got to carry them 150 miles, and I was just in the most joyous mood, let me tell you. And I was carrying that basket in, and this woman, I don't know where she was going, came through and said, "Ooh, is that the laundry basket?" And I said, "Yes, it is." And she said, "Can I have mine now?" And I said, "I don't think so." And it was right then I was going to say, I should have said, "Sure, which one do you want? You want 8? Take them." But I didn't. She said, "You know what? That is my favorite Christmas present of the year." People, aid does not pay for laundry supplies, nice shampoos, and those kind of things. They assume, I don't know what they assume. And so the garden comes through every year with the nice smelling laundry detergent, and you do all the nice things. This woman was pumped. And let me tell you, I could not forget about it for a really long time. By the way, we're going to need help taking the baskets down this year, because the odor of all that stuff stayed in my car forever. And it made me feel good, and it made them feel good. That's how you make a difference in the world. That is a Christmas present to somebody, and you do it. And for that, I say thanks. This encounter reminded me that what you do here at the garden makes a difference. From the songs you sing, indeed deep from within your hearts, to the big and little gives to silly things like laundry baskets. God is working in this amazing garden, and together we will continue to transform God's world with the work that is done creatively, done compassionately, and done caringly. Please consider walking on water with the garden as we step into 2024.
I'd rather slip walking on water, spend my life wondering what if, Lord, if it's you, tell me to come. 'Cause you alone can tame the wildest wind. I know I can make it because it's your voice that I heard. So I'm stepping out on your word. This is how you walk on water, one foot in front of the other. Never gonna let you go under, just put one foot in front of the other. Okay. I got faith deeper than feelings, 'cause I know a name that's greater than the storm. I got a God who never ever fails me. He's close enough to catch me when I fall. I know I can make it, 'cause it was your voice that I heard. So I'm stepping out on your word. This is how you walk on water, one foot in front of the other. Come on, say it. Never gonna let you go under, just put one foot in front of the other. 'Cause this is how you walk on water,
One foot in front of the other.
never gonna let you go.
Let you go under. Just put one foot in front of the other.
No.
This is how you walk on water. One foot in front of the other.
'Cause this is how you walk.
Gonna let you go under. Just put one foot in front of the other. Stepping out on your word. I'm 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 stepping out on your word.
I'm stepping out on your word. I'm stepping out on your word. I'm stepping out on your word. I'm stepping out on your word.
I'm stepping out on your word.
So how you walk on water.
Here we go.
Never gonna let you go.
Walk on water, one foot in front of the
Come
other.
on, y'all.
Never
Gonna let you go.
Just put one foot
in front of the other. I'm stepping out.
How you walk on water, one foot.
There's no special way to walk.
Never
God sees you if you do the running man.
one foot in front of the other.
He doesn't care.
This is how you walk.
You can do the bump while you do it.
One foot in front of the other.
There's no special way to do it.
Let you go under. Just put
Your faith can be really little, or it can be big.
walk on
He has you.
one foot
He loves you.
Never gonna let you
When you make mistakes,
put one foot in front of
He's
the
still there with you.
other. Word,
And notice, your friends catch you, and they're there for you when you're down,
word.
and when you make a mistake.
Walking on water.
Say the word.
Say the word and I'm walking on water.
Say the word.
Say the word and I'm walking on water.
Say His word. I need to hear say His word with you guys too. Say the word. Say the word and I'm walking on water. Say His word. Say the word and I'm walking on water. Say His word.
Say the word
And I'm walking on
water.
Say His word.
Say the word and I'm walking on water.
Say His word.
Say the word and I'm walking on water. Say the word and I'm walking on water. Say the word and I'm walking on water. Word and I'm walking on water. Say the word and I'm walking on water. Say the word and I'm walking on water. Say the word and I'm walking on water.
So thank you guys for indulging me. It's just a simple thing of just walk as you walk. You know, you don't have to walk to anybody else's beat. Just walk to your own. Woo.
the world into this. I won't watch who stays. I don't watch who goes. Why? Because they don't really read any of this stuff anyway. But it doesn't matter, because it gives us an opportunity to reset for the year to come. So if you don't want to stay, get out of here. And take with you shalom, salam, peace,
Peace.
namaste,
Namaste.
amen. Go in peace.
Say the word and I'm walking on water. The garden. Say the word and I'm walking on water. Go in peace. Say the word and I'm walking on water. Namaste. Say the word and I'm walking on water.
We will not take the room apart, as disappointed as you all are, who normally take the room apart. We're just going to move right on into this. So if you want to gently leave, you are welcome to it. We're going to just get started, aren't we, Beth? All right. Oh, you do have a mic.